Welcome everyone to the 50th episode of the Side Draft Podcast. This is our first official live stream where it's like recording, but we're not. But yeah, it's been 3 months so far that since we've started Side Draft, and we've produced over 50 episodes.
I guess it's fairly good for 3 months.
Yeah, which before, we just had the trucks and Xfinity, and now we brought in the Cup Series. We've also brought in Why Fans Love, and that's really helped it get up there to 50 over these 3 months.
Yeah, it's really interesting, to get and talk to the fans and tweet them on Twitter and Facebook, and then try and get their thoughts on what their drivers is and learn from them and learn from the race. It's been a lot of fun.
So I guess for this video, we're just going to take you back and talk about kind of what it was like to create Side Draft, where we came from, and just why we're here. So I guess we have to start before Side Draft. I used to have a podcast that was called the Incredicast Podcast, and maybe some of you are from that subscriber list, but at some point we decided to brand off a new podcast called the Side Draft Podcast, where we talk about the trucks and Xfinity, and that's all it was going to be. It's just going to be like a little side podcast. It's just not really focusing on it, and that's what it was for the first few weeks. And then in Credicast, we had some issues with that, and we had to switch over the Cup stuff all the way to Side Draft, and we had to go with it from there.
The original plan was to, get the idea of Side Draft and have two podcasts and trying to boost each other up, and it just didn't work out that way like we planned.
Yeah, and here we are with Side Draft. So we started Side Draft like I said, just doing the trucks and Xfinity, which the first few episodes were a bit rough to do, just trying to get into the flow, and it's really nerve-wracking to do a podcast. Like, it really is. But
especially it's my very first podcast, and being on here recording and stuff, and it took me a while to kind of learn a little bit and get the nerves calm down and be able to just talk and have a good time.
Yeah, and the first winner on Side Draft was Brett Moffitt, so that's history being made that he'll never know. Maybe he might know someday, but
it kind of made us a big fan of Brett Moffitt too. So
one of the sponsors even followed us from that video, so I think that's pretty cool. And Justin Allgaier was the first Xfinity guy to win, and ever since that he's been winning a lot. So I guess we
brought him some good luck.
Some good luck. So we just did those two videos week to week. That started out really good. Got like 20 views on the first few videos, and I think that was just a lot of the gaming people that was subscribed already. And they didn't know what it was, and they watched it, and really, this channel hasn't always been Side Draft. So when you see it's got 500 subscribers, like, where in the heck did these people come from? You're a small YouTuber and no one watches your videos. What happened? Well, we used to be a gaming channel. The names have changed on this channel by a lot. I started out as the Three Laxers, where we originally did podcasts, which is weird. It wasn't NASCAR related, but it was just a weird talk show. And then I started doing gaming under the name of White Sky Nation. Had some issues with the brand name and all that, so I changed it to Avatar, and then I switched it to Incredicast on the new channel, and here it is as Side Draft.
He's always come back around. I mean, you've been on YouTube for a while now and doing a lot of the videos and gaming, so you've learned a lot over the years, haven't you?
Yeah, but for podcasting, podcasting is a little bit different. than gaming, because with gaming you pretty much have your entire script in front of you that all you need to do is pick out a game. And the issue with that is you just have to find what's popular. You might have to buy a game that's $60 just to try to get more subscribers. But then on the podcasting side of it, pretty much, it's like, okay, I don't have to buy nothing. I just have to watch TV and then write notes about it. And then talk about it, So it's really helped with, you don't have to chase anything. Like, you don't have to chase the current upcoming game or trend. I mean, you still have to in a way, but you're not so dependent on it.
Yeah, especially being a small YouTuber, you really got the finances to go out and buy every game and get the game as soon as it comes out or get it early. So really is behind the 8 ball all the time anyway. So then we come to the podcast, and we love NASCAR and with other drivers, and we just like to talk about them.
Yeah, and which led to a series called Why Fans Love Their Driver, which we decided that we needed some sort of new series to start, that we, because we needed something different to do during the week, because on Wednesdays there's no race in NASCAR, at least. So we needed something to talk about, and it's really hard to talk about NASCAR in the middle of the week when, there's no race, tomorrow or nothing. There's no qualifying, no practice, no nothing. So we decided to just ask the fans why they love their driver, and I decided to start off with Brad Keselowski because I thought, I was a part of the Team Penske Nation Facebook group, and I thought, a lot of Brad fans on there, so I thought that would be the best candidate to talk about, and it ended up being one of the best decisions.
Yeah, it really was. At that point, I believe, just kind of feeling down about InCreditCast and trying to get things going on that side too, and we just thought about doing something new, and we really want to talk about the drivers, and we wanted to get the fans' reaction why they like the driver, and so when we did the podcast on Why Fans Love Brad Keselowski, and we really weren't sure how to approach it at first, and we got tons of comments back. I mean, it was pretty awesome. Like, the comments was coming in left and right, and it was like, man, this is pretty fun.
Oh, that wasn't the end of it. It wasn't. I mean, it was awesome to record it. Had people on board with it. The Facebook group was really welcoming. They loved the idea that the podcast was wanting their people, their comments.
Yeah, I gotta say that the Team Penske fan page is one of the best ones out there, because their fans is awesome. I mean, I ain't trying to be biased or anything, but they are. They're really nice people, and we really like the comments back from them.
And then when we recorded that episode, it was one of the most fun I've had recording an episode, even gaming included. It was really fun to read some fan comments. And we messed up a lot, and we started laughing a lot, and we had to take a little break, and then we got a really awesome comment, a really heartfelt comment that came in last second, so we decided to put that one in there, which really touched our hearts to talk about. And
yeah, that comment really touched me real deeply. I'm like, I don't even know what to say to this. I'm just blown away of the comment, and I'm really glad that we did mess it up and come back to it, because we would have missed that one, and that one was really great.
Then it took me a few days to really edit that video, because I wanted to make it look great. It seemed like everything pushed it behind where I just couldn't upload it. And the day that I decided to, 15 minutes later, got a notification on my phone. Said Brad Keselowski quoted your tweet. Normally, you think, oh, it's probably a fake account. You know, a lot of the fake accounts do that. And no, it wasn't. It was the real Brad Kozlowski, and he loved the video. Like, he absolutely loved it.
It was like one of the highlights for our whole life. So it's pretty awesome. You get that comment back from him. It was really heartfelt comment. You know, it wasn't just like, "Hey, thank y'all." Man, it was like, you know, we made him blush. I'm like, wow, that's. I really wish we'd put more effort into the video, but we weren't sure how to approach it at first. But it turned out really good.
Yeah, like the Y Fans Love series is like, at that point we had no notes to look back on, you know, how we did it the last time. We didn't have no sort of guideline. We just went with it, and then Brad sees it, and then we get like 800 views, and it's the most views I've ever had on a podcast. And like, it was the highest high that we've had so far at this moment. It's just because so much positivity and so many people were just loving the video. I don't even think we got a single like negative comment.
Yeah, really. I mean, it was pretty awesome. The comments that we used, they comment back to us. Hey, they used our tweet, or they used our comment from Facebook, and you know, it was really good all around. You know, for the drivers, for the fans, and for us. I mean, it's really it's a real special video for us.
Yeah, and then, you know, the next few Y Fans Love series videos, you know, they may not have got the drivers to say anything, which is perfectly fine. You know, you're not obligated to say anything about us, but you know, they did fairly well. Like the Ryan Blaney video got like 200 views. Then Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Davey Allison, they got really well views, like over the hundreds, and that was really nice. But you know, with the Facebook thing, you know, we couldn't generate comments on our own just by asking the video, because not many people watch Side Draft anyway. You know, then going on Facebook, sometimes you have, it's kind of a 50% chance you'll get like a whole bunch of comments, and a 50% chance you'll get none. Then there's also the chance that the admin of the group will absolutely hate that you're on a podcast, and they'll kick you off. So it was really difficult to, you know, once we've used all the good groups, we kind of ran out of, you know, ideas to do Y Fans Love. So, you know, such a, you know, awesome start had to come to, like, we're not ending it. It's just kind of like a hiatus for now.
Yeah. Yeah, we went on like the Twitter and did like the votes, and we have, you know, a ton of votes and stuff, but nobody ever really commented about their driver, and so we really couldn't have a whole lot to talk about. We're really looking forward to doing a Elliott Sadler video, but we didn't get a whole lot of comments back from the fans that let us know why they're a fan, and so we kind of put it on hold for now.
Yeah, and it was crazy. Like, we didn't even get much for the Dale Jr. episode. So, like, you know, we got some great comments, got like 1 or 2 great comments. But, you know, it's like you know, it had to come to a stop at some point. I want to bring it back as soon as we get more people commenting and watching, to the point where I don't have to go on Facebook groups and ask, because, you know, a lot of the admins got really upset after a certain point.
Yeah, I guess they thought we was advertising our podcast on there, but we wasn't. We were just trying to get the fan comments. You know, we were trying to, you know, stir up some comments from the fans, you know, to talk about their driver.
I don't know if Facebook just changed their settings to where, you know, all the groups had to make sure they say that and they have to enforce it. But, you know, it was weird that we had so many groups wanting to embrace that at the start, and then like lately it was really tough to even get one comment, and maybe that one comment was get off my Facebook page. So it was really tough to make the decision to put it on hold, but you got to do what you got to do. I mean, we've had some issues along the way. We had that one great video, and then just couldn't keep it up. But thank you to all of that have commented on those when we did, because those are really great moments that we shared recording the podcast.
Yeah, we really like to hear from the fans and get their comments back to us, and it kind of helps us do a better job and see what we need to work on. We really like to hear from them. We want to be friends with the fans and friends with the drivers, and we just want to get to know everybody.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a Facebook group and you're listening to this, you want us to do a video on your driver, let us know. We would gladly like to go on there and ask why they love their driver.
Yes, and if you're watching now, you can just message us and have a question for us, and we'll see if we can answer it.
Yeah, if you have any questions about how we got here, or any sort of question that you have about us, leave it down below. But the Why Fans Love series has been great. Love to see it back someday when we get the ability to ask more fans, have more fans at our service to ask, which would be awesome. But we've had some other issues, like we're still trying to work on our flow a little bit, I think, but we're getting there, I think.
Yeah, we ain't got the software really to put video up yet, and we're working on that. We'd like to get more video going while we're talking and make it a little more enjoyable for everybody, but we just haven't got to that point yet.
Yeah, it's tough because I can't really expect people to watch these things all the way through and it's just a picture and they're listening to our voice. I know they do that for music and possibly other podcasts, but we just don't have the software at the moment to make it really flashy and the best. I want to make the best I can, but I just don't have the best yet. So
we're an underfunded team.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all we are. Yeah, I want to be able to use some footage from the races, but I just don't know if I have the permission to do that. Because it's okay to get an angry Facebook admin after you, because they're easy to fend off. Just block them. When NASCAR's knocking on your door saying, "Hey, take your channel down," that's one thing you got to worry about. So I don't know where to go about getting the rights to do that. I don't know how much that would be. I don't know if they would be like, "Oh yeah, sure, you can use it." I don't know.
Yeah, we have to make a few phone calls or talk to a few people. So
yeah,
it's in the works, but it just hasn't got there yet.
Next year, I want to work on a series where we use the webcam a little bit, see how that goes. It's probably going to be really choppy the first few episodes. So we're a work in progress right now.
Yeah, we've even thought about doing some vlogs. Maybe in the off season, we'll maybe work on that, and that's some things to come to the future.
Yeah, because the off season is one thing that, as a NASCAR YouTuber, it really stresses someone out. I mean, you got the NASCAR gamers. They don't care about the season. They got their video game. For us, we have nothing. We're homeless in the off season, pretty much.
Maybe in the off season we'll take some drivers down or something.
We'll do a vlog series where we just park outside their house, get arrested a few times.
We'll be called the Side Draft Stalkers.
Yeah. Thought about calling the vlog series the off season diaries. Where we just, I don't even know what we're gonna do. I mean, we don't have the lives of some vloggers, where we just say, "Hey, let's go drive 5 hours and go to the Grand Canyon." It's not actually 5 hours, but we don't have the lives where we just go do what we want when we want and make a vlog out of it. It's probably, like I said, it's going to be really choppy when we first start the vlog. I also don't want to go into the stores with the camera. It's just...
What's that guy doing?
Yeah. With so many people, you know, when they see I'll say, you don't know where people are going to go with that. You know, a guy's got a camera in the store. You're going to have the people working in the store thinking, oh no, that's corporate. They're going to get me. And then old people are probably like, what's that little young guy doing?
What's he talking to himself for? Give me some help.
So, you know, we might do some episodes where we review a race from an old series in the 90s or all the way up to 2017. So we might do some race reviews of that. And then we can like film behind the scenes, even though there's not many scenes to be behind. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great season so far. You know, with Incredicast, I had high hopes for it when I started the season. We had a great kickoff, which I'm going to do for Side Draft 2. We're going to have it's going to be a video kind of like this where we just give our prediction for the season and, you know, talk about some changes. But, you know, even did a NFL podcast, which was very awkward to do. Yeah, we decided not to do that anymore. But, you know, it was like doing the podcast was really fun. And then Incredicast had this moment where everything stopped. We had this big dramatic event, and, you know, the co-hosts that we had on Incredicast, you know, had some issues with us, and we're no longer doing the podcast together. But, you know, now we've collected ourselves and we're starting to make the Side Draft better and better every day.
Yeah, we just keep working at it and trying to make it better. Yeah, I was always first real nervous. I was like, you hit record and I'm like all freezed up, but I'm getting better at it, and we just keep working at it.
You know, I mean, we're just two guys that love NASCAR, and we don't have great software. I mean, I used to have Adobe Premiere Pro for about a year, but that's just so much money. I mean, it's like $200 and some a year. That's just not something we could do right now, at least.
Yeah, with the Side Draft podcast, we try to, you know, bring out more positive. You know, everywhere you go, you hear all kinds of negative stuff on Twitter and even some of the podcasts. You know, they want to often a driver or so and so, but we want to try and bring more positivity to everybody, and, you know, just show everybody, you know, show the positive in NASCAR.
Yeah, and that's one thing I've really learned this year. It's like, you know, there's a lot of drivers who reply back to negativity, and they reply like all night. If you ever see Kyle Busch's replies after a bad race, there's a lot of negativity, and Kyle Busch goes on there and basically annihilates all the haters. It's really amusing, but
I guess this is his way of blowing off steam.
Yeah, I mean, it's him. It's something he likes, but, you know, for me, if I was a driver, I would reply to positive things. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad. I mean, it's not just Kyle that does that. I saw, you know, Jimmy Johnson and a lot of other guys that reply back to negativity. And, you know, I wanted to be the guy that said, hey, I know you got all these fans screaming at you that you suck, and, you know, after a bad race, but here I am. You're great, you know, because the fans at this day and age, I mean, there's some really great fans.
Yeah.
But there's also fans that just, they're awful when it comes to tweeting drivers. Like, had that tweet about Dale Jr., and it went viral, basically. I wanted to be the type of podcast that, you know, drivers wanted to hang out with, and also not slander anybody. You know, just kind of give the news.
It's kind of like the Brad video. I don't know what Brad was going through at that time or what he heard on his Twitter or seen on his social media, and then for him to comment to us, like, you know, that I believe he said, you know that the social media was the devil and stuff, and then you stumble across something like that, and it's like, wow, it just kind of blew me away by that comment. And then shortly after that video, we actually got to meet him.
Yeah, and he said thanks for the kind words. I mean, it was just one of those moments. I wanted to ask him more about like what he thought and all that, but there's a
whole crowd of people.
And I didn't want to be the star of the show. It was like, oh, I got my own podcast, you know.
Yeah, we didn't want to dog him, but we just want to take, you know, enjoy the moment, get to meet him, and really awesome guy.
Yeah, I mean, I was a fan of him before that, but you know, as soon as that happened, my respect for him increased, and I've got to see what type of a person he was through the comments that the fans gave, through his comment on Twitter, and ever since I've noticed that more and more of how much of an awesome person he is.
You know, a lot of times, you know, the drivers at the tracks, you know, they're you know, got their game face on. They're, you know, pumped up for the race, and they got their mind on the race, and you know, you might not get the autograph, you might not get that 2 seconds with him or something, you know, before the race, and then when they do have the race and they, you know, have a bad race, and then they don't really want to talk to nobody, so you don't really get to see their personality on, you know, at the track. You know, a lot of times you got to find them away from the track to really see how that driver is, and that's kind of the reason we want to do the Why Fans Love videos, and to hear the comments from the fans on, you know, maybe they got to see some of their personalities, how they are, and we just like to learn more about the drivers.
Yeah, I can't wait till I can bring that series back, because I loved recording it, and I loved the, you know, seeing the fans' reaction, how, you know, my comment got picked, man, my comment, you know, that's really cool to see. But for us being such a small podcast, small channel, it's really difficult to get that every time.
Yeah.
So like the Eric Almirola video, it had like 2 comments and 2 views. I mean, the views don't really matter, it's just the, you know, the fan interaction. But you know, I want every video to be good, so if that driver did see it, it would make their day better, in a sense, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to eventually get some videos on like the crew members, you know, and get to talk to them and find out, you know, what their role is on the team and the things they have to go through. I know we went to the Roval and we actually got down to pits and we got to talk to a few of the crew members, and I mean, it's really great, you know, talking to them. I didn't want to do a vlog or nothing, and video all of that, be up in their face, and I just want to hang out with them a little bit.
Yeah, and that's really what I want the podcast to be, is like, if we had a driver on our podcast, it's just hanging out with them, just casually talking to them, you know. Because a lot of people, you know, a lot of reporters ask them the same questions, you know. We just want to be you know, hang out with them type of thing.
Yeah, we actually talked to a few drivers about coming on here, like through Skype or something, but nothing really went through yet. So
eventually,
we're still hoping.
I'd like to have some sort of, like, maybe non-driver / YouTubers on here, just to get, you know, some practice with talking to another person on here, instead of, you know, we get, let's say if we got Jimmy Johnson or, you know, some big time champion in the Cup Series on our podcast, and we're here
hey Jimmy,
yeah, I'd like to have some sort of, I guess, training, because, you know, some training wheels to go on the little bikes.
Yeah.
You know, you know, we're at the point where we just bought the tricycle.
Yeah, we hadn't graduated up yet.
We hadn't even started riding it yet, so
we're still on the big wheel, 3-wheeler.
Yeah. But, you know, even if we got a YouTuber on here, I still want to make it the best that we can do. Which on Incredicast we had two. We had NASCAR Opinion and Kobe. I had Kobe from Twitter, so a lot of intelligence from both sides. You know, they both have some sort of a following on Twitter. We learned a lot from them, and I'd like to start doing that with Side Draft and see how we can get better, because I know that we're not the best talkers. You know, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We're sort of, maybe.
Yeah, we're getting there.
But yeah, it's been a great 3 months. We've learned a lot. We've had the highest of highs, the lowest of lows. I mean,
really, the main thing is we've had fun with it. So
yeah,
that's all. You know, the more we have fun, the more the fans will have fun. So we're just gonna make it fun for everybody.
yeah. So finishing out the season, we're gonna have, you know, regular race reviews. I believe we have like 5 more in the trucks, 4 more in Xfinity, 6 in Cup. Which right now we're not doing the Why Fans Love, just for the sake of the playoffs, and we're going to see how we can improve it for 2019. And with that being said, as soon as we finish the season, as soon as a champion has been crowned at Homestead for all 3 series, we're going to do like a finale video about like 2 weeks after Homestead. We're going to ask some Twitter people about, you know, who's their favorite driver, favorite thumbnail that we've did on the Cup side, truck side, Xfinity, favorite podcast maybe. So we're doing like sort of our own awards ceremony that they do at Vegas, except we're not going to Vegas, so that's a little disappointing.
And they won't get no award handed to them. It would just be a.
We'll give you a piece of paper.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm very interested in seeing who the favorite driver within our little group is. I have an idea of who it is, but I'm not sure. It's like NASCAR is probably going to be 100% Chase. Yeah. So as soon as Chase is like your number 1 driver, that's when you know you got the majority of NASCAR fans.
Yeah. Yeah, we enjoy talking about the sponsors too, and like freight auctions. They always comment back to us, and we's always trying to cheer on Brett Moffitt and try to get people to come and sponsor him, because he was a very good driver, and I think it's how freight auctions come to follow us.
Yeah. Hey, freight auctions, you know, if you have someone, if you want Brett Moffitt on here, I mean, we can talk something out, you know.
Yeah, it's been a lot good learning the truck series, real good, and pay attention more to it. And I actually enjoy it a lot more than the other races, but Xfinity and the Cups, they're real good races too. I just love racing.
Yeah, that's who we are. We're just 2 random guys just talking about racing. We're not, our last name's not Earnhardt, it's not Gordon, it's not Jarrett, you know. We're not anyone really, but we're here to just be for the fans, you know. We've always been fans, and we're trying to get to where we're more than fans, but
yeah.
But you know, number one thing, I just want it to be fun for everyone. You know, I don't want to have any enemies whatsoever on Side Draft. On Incredicast, I had an enemy, but we're not going to talk about that. But you know, I just want that to be. That's my resolution for this channel. Is just, you know, don't be biased towards a driver, even though, you know, if a driver has helped us out, you know, talking good about them, but not to the point where we're biased for them. Don't be biased against anyone where we absolutely hate them. You know,
yeah.
You know, I just want to report the races how it is, and not just what we want it to be.
Yeah, I know a lot of fans commented, like on the Brad was doing it. Brad video. They'll subscribe unless you do a Kyle Busch video. But I mean, I'd eventually like to talk about Kyle Busch. I like to talk about all the drivers. Really,
it would be interesting because I feel like Kyle Busch he is one of the most loved and most hated at the same time drivers in, you could say, the world. I mean, it is something that he wears as a crown and he loves it. I just love to see some of the fans and what they think of him. I mean,
it's been so funny. You see the Brad Keselowski fans, they hate Kyle Busch. You see the Kyle Busch fans, they hate Brad Keselowski. So it's so fun. You go to the race and see that.
Yeah.
And see it on Twitter, and it's like, man, y'all was just wild.
That's the cool thing about NASCAR. I mean, I've never been to an NFL game, but if you go to one, I've seen it on TV at least. So, you got two sides. You got the good team and you got the bad team, the home and away. At a NASCAR track, you got
40 teams.
40 teams. That means there's 39 enemies. I mean, that's just the fun part about NASCAR. The entire sport is at one place, whereas other sports, they're all scattered around. So NASCAR, that's one interesting thing that NASCAR has produced.
Yeah, you never know if you're going to be beside a fans you like or beside a fans you don't like.
Oh man,
you're pulling for him. Oh, really?
Then that driver wrecks, and you're like, I told you.
And they come look over at you. Don't be giving me that face.
Their driver takes the lead, and they're like, yeah, and you're like, sit down. I mean, it's just a lot of fun to do it friendly, not to the point where people's fighting, and that's nonsense, I think, but it's fun to have friendly rivalry between each other at a racetrack.
I mean, you have it at people's houses. I mean, even some of the comments we got, the one pulls for this team, the other pulls for that team, just because their husband or wife pulls for the other guy. So it's
I mean, fun. It's cool. It's like some fans will not pull for the same driver that their family does. It's just really cool. They love the aspect of competing against one another. We're really competitive.
Yeah.
Whereas some fans, their entire family loves the guy.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. I mean, you got some fans that come out with the same shirt. All of them. They got either, they got all Larson. They got all Jimmy Johnson, And then you got some fans like, I got a Toyota driver, Ford driver, Chevy, and there's a Honda guy for some reason.
That's kind of like it was at the Xfinity race at the Roval, because I won the tickets from Austin Cindric, and so he gave us t-shirts and stuff, and so we all wore Austin Cindric t-shirts. So thanks, Austin.
Yeah, if you've seen Austin's Twitter, that is him. I was waiting to do a face reveal, but thanks, Austin.
But yeah, and my daughter won the other two tickets, so we just chasing him all over Mooresville.
Yeah,
just trying to get some tickets.
I was in college at that point, so I'm just reading my phone, scrolling through Twitter, and look at Austin's tweet. Oh, there's my dad.
But yeah, I actually took the day off, picked my daughter up from school, and I was like, hey, Austin's having a scavenger hunt for our tickets. I'm like, I'm going to try it. So,
yeah, it's just been an awesome season for us.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to the GoPro Little 600 next year. We went there as Incredicast gave out business cards. Not sure if I'm going to do something like that. I don't like the idea of advertising like that. It makes me look like, I don't know, it's just...
Maybe we need to get some t-shirts up and wear them, and then people ask us about it.
Yeah. Heck, I mean, we might just make some additional t-shirts, give t-shirts to everybody. I mean, that'd be cool. It's like, it would help GoPro a little bit, get one or two more people in, if they come to get the shirt. I don't know.
Yeah, it's always fun to go to the GoPro and watch the little 600. Get to meet, up and coming drivers and drivers everybody knows. I mean, there's a lot of the guys from the trucks, and John Hunter Nemechek was there, and a lot of the Xfinity guys there, a few of the Cup drivers, and we even seen some of the NASCAR Next drivers.
Yeah.
So you never know who you're going to meet at the GoPro.
And that's the joy of going to the GoPro. So next year, I'm really excited to get the off season started. I mean, 2018 is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I just love to be able to go through Side Draft's first Daytona 500 and through all of the regular season. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool to, we're going to have a month or two to think about things, how we're going to do things. I'm going to have a series with the webcam, like I said. It's going to be where we talk about our fantasy live picks, where we just, show you our picks and why we picked them, and then the next week we'll say who ended up being the overall winner of that week, and we'll go again.
I think it'd been pretty cool for us vlogging at the Roval and see our reaction at the track. I don't think we ever got that excited in our life at a track.
Which we might have our first vlog up this weekend. I'm not sure if we will go to that the drag race. It is raining a lot, so we might not even get to go.
Yeah, Michael may say something about that this week.
Yeah. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Michael Waltrip.
The Hurricane Michael.
Yeah. Some guy named Mike's like, what did I do?
Here comes a taco. He's gonna mess up the race.
The giant taco. But yeah, I like the idea of the live streams too. We might do them next week. Just talk about NASCAR. I mean, it was kind of fun to do this.
Yeah, it's my very first one, so I've had a lot of fun time.
Yes,
there's a lot of firsts this year.
A little longer than I expected it to be, but I enjoyed talking about Side Draft a little bit. Maybe we'll just keep this up.
Yeah, I really wasn't sure what I was going to talk about and how it's going to go, and I think it went pretty well.
Yeah, so we might be doing a live stream next Wednesday as well. Just really depends. If not, it'll just be another episode.
Yeah, be sure to watch along and give us a comment and ask us a question. We may interact with.
Yeah, we might even, if you have Skype, or talk to a fan live on Side Draft. I mean, we could do that.
That'd be awesome. Pretty awesome.
So if you want to do that, direct message us on Twitter. Don't put your Skype on the comments. Direct message us.
Yeah.
Don't want your username to get taken by somebody.
Yeah, if any fans out there want to talk to us, or any of the fans that's been on one of the Why Fans Love want to come on here and talk about, your comment. And
hey, that might actually be a good idea, though. Just popped in my mind. If fans would want to, we could have live streams with a fan every Wednesday.
That'd be awesome.
So, are you a fan of that? So,
message and let us know.
Yeah, I might tweet that out. That's a good idea. I'll be scared as heck, but I mean, just like 30 minutes talking to a fan. It's kind of like a improved Why Fans Love.
It'd be pretty awesome. Or if there's any crew members out there, or anybody works at the teams, at the garages, or anybody in NASCAR wants to come on here and talk to us.
Yeah, I really want to see if anyone would want to.
This is our open door policy.
We're open door. They're open. Come on in. But yeah, thank you.
Catch a draft.
Thank you all for watching this live stream. It's been awesome, and it led up to our new idea. Really cool, right?
Thank y'all.
Really, I didn't even say nothing, but thanks. But yeah, so possibly next week we'll be trying it out.
All right.
We'll see. So see you next time. As I get up from this couch.